Good morning. So doing a video, we're doing a integration today. Final introductions of the small chickens here. These were the three that we hatched out about 9 weeks ago. I got two roosters, one hen. The hen is the dark one. The two lighter ones are the roosters. That is characteristic of the Dominique breed, and they are staying close over here to the brooder. This has been the setup that they've been in for the last 9 weeks. I had a second one when they were smaller. For the last 2 weeks or so, the pink brooder here, we had it on a dog bed and we were carrying it in and out of the garage. They would stay in the garage overnight and then I would bring it out on the porch being very close to the yard. And then the last week or so, we've been taking the whole thing and setting it out here in the garden so that they can get, exposure into the garden. They can run around. They're in their old chicken litter. They've got technically, we can see it. It's, there it is, the grandpa's feeder, but I call it the grandma's feeder because it's the smaller one. They're a little waterer. I've got a blanket or a towel set up so that there's some shade. They can pop in and out, and they do. They actually come in here and they kind of take naps and stuff. I got a little perch set up for them, so they are just doing their normal routine that they would do in the morning. I also have the feeder set up with the lower treadle, so when they step on it, they're getting spooked. Unfortunately, but that's part of the process of them learning that the treadle moves up and down, and they have to kind of get accustomed to the thing moving, and they're spooked, but they'll get used to it. The adult birds are over here. We got the man door open so that they can come in and out, but they are bird brains and they don't understand, but they're eating. This is the big treadle feeder, grandpa's feeder. They would normally go out this door, but it's closed and they can't get out. They got their waterer and they're just kind of staying in their run area because this is all they've known, and they're bird brains, and even though the door is open, they don't quite get it. I guess eventually, I don't know, the rooster, because he's been chasing the hens around, maybe he'll chase one of the hens out and they'll get brave and they will finally come out into the garden. They've been out here before, but it's been well over a year since they've been out here. But this is the whole thing, is that I'm trying to get these two groups to actually have physical contact with each other, because they haven't done that yet. They only through the fence. So other than that, these guys are very young and very inexperienced, and they're a little bit more curious than the adult birds. The adult birds are, here they come. Here they come. Food is always a great motivator. The rooster is doing his tidbitting to let them know he's found something, and the hens will follow along. So my concern is obviously Big Boy there. He's got some pretty good hooks on him, and we don't want him to kill anybody, but also the hens, because they have a pecking order and they'll reach over and they'll nail somebody if they don't particularly like what another hen is doing. Here we go. And they'll be mean. They can be mean to each other. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. One of the roosters is, he just nailed one of the adult. He might get his butt kicked here in a minute. The pecking order stuff is beginning. Good gracious. Animals can be funny, but this is all part of it, and I'm hoping that I don't end up with a dead bird at the end of it. But if I do, I have a feeling it will be him that goes. He's just been such a jerk. So we have the two replacements over there. If that happens, we'll see. We'll see how everything behaves today. This is kind of why I'm just hanging out and just watching everybody and seeing what they're doing. I do have my beehives in there, and I have some tomato cages that I have basically blocked everything off. So hopefully the chickens won't actually go in front of the beehives. It's getting colder. The bees aren't as active, which is fine. Good, actually. But I want the chickens, especially the adults, in here in the garden. I want them to clean up all the bugs. I want them to, you know, scratch and tear everything up, and I want their poop. That helps with the fertilization out here. So this is part of the plan. Everything that I have harvested off of the garden, I'm pretty much done with, so I don't have to worry about any kind of salmonella type issues. I've just basically got stuff going to seed and a bunch of flowers. This stuff, whatever, I don't even know what this is that's growing. It's I had some stuff from my compost bin that I threw in there and it started to grow. So I guess that means that things are fairly fertile. So anyway, we'll do another check-in later, but this is the progress right now. Talk to y'all later. And remember, you're the gold. So good morning. Day 2 of the chicken integration, and yesterday did not go well, as you can tell. I have a hurt bird. My only female that I had hatched out earlier this year, she got attacked by the rooster yesterday morning. In fact, the 2 little roosters got attacked by the rooster, the adult rooster. But I think what had happened yesterday is the adult male rooster, he is very cocky in the morning. He's very horny. He wants to get laid multiple times. And she's only like a pound, whatever, 13 ounces. She's not very big. And I think he recognized her as a female. I saw the attack. I was literally just a few feet away from it, but I wasn't quick enough. He had grabbed a hold of her neck feathers, and then he kicked her, whatever, and she has a wound back here. She screamed when it had happened, and ended up running away, hiding underneath an asparagus plant that I had there. So the adults got sent back where they had come from, and ended up, come on, babe, ended up leaving her for a minute because I wasn't sure, I thought, okay, well, she just got scared, whatever, part of the pecking order. When I saw her basically just standing there, I have learned, even though I've read certain things in books, you learn best by experience, is that when a bird just kind of sits there, they kind of have their head tucked down, they're not busy, they're not active, they are just standing there. You've got probably something wrong with that bird. I happened to see the attack, so I knew what it was, but sometimes you might not know. You could have a bird that gets attacked, and whether it's another flock mate or something else, but it gets away. So doing a thorough inspection on a bird is very hard because look, all of this feathers, it's difficult to get down to where their actual skin is. I was reading some stuff that basically they will, you can wet them completely, so you can do a best inspection. I've looked at her multiple times. I've only found one wound, but it's possible that she might have another one that I don't see. I don't know. Birds are hard. Birds are very hard. So I pulled her yesterday. We had the original brooder that they were just in, resurrected that, got her feed, got some regular water, got some electrolyte water, and that's what I have in here. I was taking some electrolyte feed and just her feed and wetting it down so that she can eat it. I was actually even drawing up the liquid and putting it in here so that she could get some nutrition. I used the Vetericyn Plus as a wound spray, and then I also had some antibiotic tetramycin that I was putting on top of it. I had a bird that was attacked a couple months ago, and we were trying to save it. That one didn't work out. So, but at the time I had purchased some penicillin. It's like the only thing you can find at Tractor Supply. This is a big problem for a lot of people who have birds. Veterinarians don't care for birds. They dogs, cats, horses, whatever. A lot of times birds are considered disposable. You can go to Tractor Supply, or you can order through a hatchery. You can have your chickens make new birds. The thing is this, when you have a bird, all the energy and effort that you put into having a bird, if you can do a couple little things to get your bird better, because they're actually pretty resilient for the most part, unless they get, very badly attacked. I would like to be able to try and save my bird. I think it's the most humane thing that you can do. I called my vet. I had asked them about dosaging for the penicillin that I had found. They said that they couldn't find anything. I was on Chicken Chick's website. She had a USDA thing. And the only thing that they do is the import and export of birds. They know nothing about anything. They weren't a help. So functionally, you're kind of on your own and you make your best judgment. She's not doing bad. She's not doing great either. Today's going to be a big day as far as how things go. She's going to end up getting another shot of penicillin here in a little bit. I'm not going to video that because generally those kinds of things don't go well. It's sort of like a monkey screwing a football. Sorry for the analogy, but it's just oftentimes not good. So anyway, it's a for her size, I'm using I used 0.1 yesterday, milliliter, which is like 1 cc, because like I said, she's only a pound. And this penicillin is basically set up for cattle and horses and that kind of stuff. So I had all that set up from the time before we had a sick bird. We did an intramuscular, an IM injection yesterday in her breast. The wound looks significantly better than it did yesterday, but she's still obviously not normal. She took a poop yesterday. Within the poop, it appeared as though there was some blood. So she might have had a bowel puncture of some form. But they also will shed the lining in their digestive tract. And it could have been that, but it was a lot. So my guess is it was probably some blood. You just try. That's all you can do is you just try. We have her in the garage. She's warmer. It's like 40 something degrees outside. It's like 65 in here. She doesn't feel excessively hot. So I don't think she has an infection, but she probably has a little bit of one. Like I said, she's getting another injection today. I'm doing the injections for a minimum of 3 days. We'll see. It might actually even be 7. But if she was up, she was moving around a little bit. Those are all very encouraging things. When we first came in, she actually got up and ate a little bit. So the thing with birds that I have found is there's trends, right? So you have to take all of the little things that happen. Are they up? Are they moving? Or are they sitting down? Are they sitting down with their head kind of scrunched down, their eyes closed, like they're tired and they're sleeping? Birds that are healthy and normal, if you look at your backyard flock, they are generally generally up and about and moving all day long. Like they're here, they're there, they're there. They're constantly moving around. They don't stay in one spot very long. That's what a healthy bird will do. A sick bird stays put. Okay, so is your bird being lethargic or are they being active? Are they able to do little things that they didn't do a couple hours before or the day before? Or are they, you know, seeming like they're just getting more and more tired and more sedate? Less activity is a bad sign. More activity is a better sign. So it's not the best thing in the world, but we do what we can do. I'm taking a long time to do this morning. But if you can see, I just kind of stick it up by her mouth. Sometimes people end up having to actually like open the bird's mouth. I don't have anybody help me. And thank goodness she's actually being somewhat cooperative. And I'm pushing the fluids hard because anything with injury, sickness and injury, you've got to have proper hydration in order for an immune system to work properly. So this is what we're doing, is we're pushing the electrolyte solution hard today, and seeing how this will work. Hopefully it will work well. But this is where we're at, just every day or all day long, coming in every few 30 minutes, an hour, checking on her, pushing fluids, seeing what we can do, checking on her activity level, because it'll get to the point, obviously, if things are not responding well, that we'll just end up having to put her down. I'm not going to let this go further like I did the last time. The last time was a hard lesson. That bird unfortunately suffered more than she needed to. This is all part of taking care of animals. Animal husbandry is knowing when things are beyond fixing, and but then also knowing when you can, you know, giving them a fighting chance as much as possible. So this is where we're at for today. So say a little prayer for my bird. She was my only hen that came out of that hatch, so I really didn't want to lose her. She was the one, you know, that was like for the egg production and everything that I wanted to make sure I kept. But anyway, this is part of taking care of chickens. I suppose. I mean, some people might just have gone ahead and put her down yesterday when she got attacked. I don't really know, or they just would have let her, and if she would have healed, she would have healed, and if not, they, you know, just would have put her down. But I think you have to care for the things that you're in charge of. So anyway, we'll keep after it, and I'll eventually send you an update as to what happened. So thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.